So today I'm going to talk about chaos, Charles Manson, the CIA, and the secret history of the 60s. This one's got a lot. This one's got a lot of strands happening. So this book was recommended from a buddy of mine about 5, 6 years ago. I always wanted to dive into it. It's a lot. It's a thing to sink into. And I just had never had the patience to want to do it. And now I do. And it was so much fun. And I highly recommend diving into it. If you are a fan of true crime murder, if you're a Charles Manson maniac, which if you are, you probably read this one already. I highly recommend this one. And also, like, if you like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and you like that kind of world, this is for you. So, Tom O'Neill spent 20 years working on this book. It originally started out as a fluff piece that he was working on about how the murders affected Hollywood throughout the 70s. And it turned out into a d- double decade venture where he found a rabbit hole for himself to fall into, and he found a lot of missing evidence and a lot of narrative that didn't make sense to what the common knowledge of what the murders were. Vincent Bugliosi, who wrote Helter Skelter and was the prosecutor for the Manson murders, is a big character in this. Tom and him have like a pretty serious rivalry throughout this book. There was definitely moments in this that I really wish that I've read Helter Skelter prior to reading it, because I feel like there was a lot of information that I wasn't really privy to, and it was hard to be able to compare and contrast with what Bugliosi had to say. And so in a way I kind of wish that I read Helter Skelter prior to this, but even without reading it, it was still a lot of fun. This book is just, it's so multifaceted. There's so much going on. It leaves you questioning and wanting to dive deeper and deeper into this story. I really hope there's a follow up. I really hope Tom O'Neill's still working on this. And I don't know if he is or not, but I hope he is. I can't imagine he stopped, but maybe he did. But yeah, so and also, Errol Morris was working on a documentary series with him, which didn't end up happening. It ended up being Wormwood on Netflix, which goes over the MK Ultra program that the CIA was doing back in the 70s, 60s, where they were brainwashing US citizens supposedly without their knowledge. And I hope that Tom and Errol Morris end up doing the documentary series for this. Errol Morris rules, and I just feel like it would be a disservice if people don't get to see that. So yeah, chaos. It's chaos. Yeah.